Ready?
Ready when you are.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the bonus episode of Doomsday Doopy Doo Gamma World Edition. Brought to you by Wizards of the Coast. Well, not brought to you.
No,
by.
not. Yeah, be careful.
It's not brought to
They're
you
not
by.
sponsoring us.
They're not sponsoring us, but this is their game. Wizards of the Coast is a Gamma World is a Wizards of the Coast game. Was it originally by Wizards of the Coast?
No, I think everything goes back to TSR.
Goes back to TSR.
Originally, yeah. But I think Wizards of the Coast was very successful. They purchased a lot of stuff.
And they are the official publisher of Gamma World. And we are going to play a game.
Yeah, we're going to. And this is I don't know what, I think this is like the 6th edition Gamma World.
6th edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably see if we can find out for sure which one
Yeah,
that
it's
is.
either 5th or 6th because it's a little unclear. But and it's a D20 role-playing game. So
D20.
if you're familiar with the D20 system, which I was not 100% familiar with before I started reading the books, I mean, it's pretty basic. It goes back to this D20 system is what the core system of what Dungeons and Dragons is based off of right now, which is not exactly the same Dungeons and Dragons that we even talked about or what I'm used to. So there's a learning curve here. So I'll ask everybody to bear with us as Nick rifles through his purse.
Aren't you supposed to drink beer when you're playing role-playing games?
Well, I think earlier I said to you there's two things that we used to always be very conscious of, which was snacks, and I think beer is considered a snack. And also it's usually tunes. You know, we always had music going on in the background, whether it was mood music for what we were playing or just music that we liked that would creatively turn us on.
Sorry.
Can you please zip your fly up and leave? This is uncomfortable.
I have a little cooler bag because I don't have a refrigerator down here.
So we're gonna get a Patreon going to get a refrigerator down here in the bunker. I think that's the first thing we would use the Patreon. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Chris gave me. Go ahead. What?
We need a refrigerator down here we need Patreon,
and we need piss jugs,
or we need some kind of portable. So
Porta-John?
Yeah, we need a Patreon for all that.
Okay. So Chris gave me. Well, I was going to count them, but that's like looking a gift horse in the mouth. Chris gave me a cool TSR pouch.
It's not It's vintage. I don't know if it's cool.
It is vintage. It is a sky blue with. Is this
like
blue?
a teal green? Yeah.
With a teal green drawstring, and it was filled with bright red role-playing dice. It looks like I have some. It looks like I have a D20 here. Is this a D20?
You got two. You actually have two D20s. So it's two sets that were not completely complete. So you have two D20s. You have two
six-sided, and I have a three.
That's a 4.
A 4, and a what is this?
That's an 8.
This is an 8.
Yeah,
I have a couple 8s.
You had a couple. Well, this is a 10.
That's a 10. Jesus, how do you tell the 10s apart? Okay,
they're close. Well, there's two more sides.
There's two more sides. What the fuck are these? Are these the same or no?
No. There's two 12s.
Jeez, I already can't play this game.
Yeah. You might not need
12.
I don't.
12.
This is a 12,
and this is a 12.
That's a 12, and then the other one is a 10.
A 10.
But these are better 10s because if you see that
they're better 10s.
Yeah, this is the 10 place and this is the 1 place. So when you roll that's 64, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that's a better set.
I just did that with Nicholas's math test that
Yeah.
They had today.
Yeah. No, it is a great. And we talked about doing this with the kids. It is a great thing because you learn creativity, reading, writing. You have to write your character sheet. I was constantly, when I played, rewriting my character sheet. Like, my father would always come and go, I wish that you put that kind of work into your schoolwork. Because my character was like, perfect every time.
Yeah, like very neatly written.
And I took pride in that.
Fucking denting my very
you're
first
fine.
character.
You could take it.
When I'm done with this, I am laminating this bitch.
All right. That's fine.
Now, when we do this rolling, do I roll my own dice or do you roll those dice for me?
What you're going to mostly need for this is that. So I'm just going to give you
4d6s?
4d6. So we're going to roll your
So should I put these dice away?
You can put those away, but that's my gift to you.
Thank you so
every
much.
person remembers their first set of dice.
Yes,
and the pouch is like so fucking metal that I had to give it to you.
It is fucking
It
awesome.
has a TSR logo on it. Like I said, I don't even know if the company
I'm gonna
exists
take
anymore.
I tweeted the character sheet, but I'm gonna tweet the picture of the TSR bag.
But yeah,
shortly.
I told my wife, I said, I'm buying Nick a set of dice, and I gave you some extra dice that I had, so you have more than one set there. But you always remember your first set of dice. It's
Thank you very much.
So that's a rite of passage right there.
Right? No, I appreciate it. Now we're buying each other gifts. Now my wife really thinks we're gay for each other.
That's fine. It's going to be a long engagement, though. I just want you to know I'm not that easy.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right. I'm broke. I can't afford the wedding.
That's fine. We're going to have to elope.
Okay.
So,
am I recording? I know we say this every time.
every fucking time, and I panic
I got-
when you say that. I panic every time because I'm like, if we were doing all this and we
We
weren't
would have
on
had
the-
to start over.
I would have felt like an asshole.
That would have sucked.
I'm like, I was an asshole. That was shitty.
I made some homemade caramel and I already got some of my brand new character sheet. I have a jack-o'-lantern rubber eraser that I stole from my son, and I have an Amazon Basics #2 pencil, and I have an open mind
Okay.
and a
character sheet. So we're
ready to
gonna
go.
start.
ahead,
So
let's go.
I'm going right to page 21 of the book, which is it's a really nice overview. It's a beautiful layout the way that the book was laid out, and like I said, I've probably read the entire player's manual, which is several hundred pages this week. Lots of good pictures and illustrations, but there's a good character creation overview here, and it says Step 1 Concept. Before determining ability scores, choosing a class, and so on, the player should create a working outline of the sort of character he or she wishes to play. The game master input about the kind of game she intends to run, and discussion with other players are both invaluable here. While the character may change somewhat during the process of character generation, a solid concept can both speed up character creation and focus a character into more than a mere collection of numbers. So, I don't know if in your mind you have anything in mind. I mean,
Well, I don't know the world well enough to speak what I'm... Like, I almost want to say, being that this is my first adventure, that I stick to something humanoid.
Okay.
If not, just straight out human.
Yeah, and I was going to recommend some of that. And since you're the only character and the star, my plan was that you're going to create a character, and then I'll create NPCs to fill some gaps that you may have, and then we'll build a world around you.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're kind of... since you're the Gandalf of this whole thing, so I'm if I'm at any point when like nearing, going along and just there are some major holes, you could always say, Nick, you're fucking up, or you could direct me to.
So stop. There's no fucking up.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said, you make your character. I build a world around you.
Okay.
You're the star.
Wait.
You're the star of the movie.
You're gonna build the world around me?
Yes, I'm going to build my world around you,
Okay.
brother.
So
So
I like this game already.
So I think concept. I think we're going to throw out the window because you come in with certain predetermined expectations, and you don't have any because you don't know anything about the world. So this is I think for somebody who understands
Someone who played the previous edition.
exactly. And I think next time if you end up rolling up another character, you say, "Hey, you know what? I have this concept that I want to play with,"
Okay.
and then we do it. So we're going to skip
Okay.
that. So we're going to go right to generating ability scores, and there's a couple different ways that you can do this. And the main ability scores are, as you see on your sheet, which are strength,
I should have brought my reading glasses. God damn.
dexterity,
Strength, dexterity.
constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And you're familiar with all those things. Strength is obviously physical strength.
Yeah, dexterity,
Dexterity,
constitution.
agility. Constitution is your overall health and physical health and strength.
Yeah. Okay.
Intelligence, that's your smarts. Wisdom, and then charisma is, it's all pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
So there's a couple different ways to do this, but I thought the best way to start,
Sorry, I had to move that.
that's okay, is that we were going to roll, and you're going to write down.
Okay.
So you're going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. You're going to roll 4 6-sided dice.
Okay.
And you're going to take the lowest one out and record the results on this paper over here.
This scrap sheet?
Yep.
Scrap paper.
Yep.
We're using. Good thing I brought scrap paper. I didn't
Yep.
think.
I should have given you.
I should
like,
move this pretzel.
direction. Yeah, eat the pretzel. Not on Mike.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But you're going to roll the dice.
I like the way you roll the dice.
What do you mean?
You just kind of the way you picked them up and you did that.
Well, you just did that too.
Okay.
And what did you get?
Okay. So you say I have to move the lowest
You
one.
remove the lowest dice. And
So 2 and write 2 down.
So write the 3 down.
Oh, these
6
3
plus
down.
4. Well, you got a 14, right?
Do I need to break it out, or could I just put the total?
No, you put the total. Yeah, you
Okay.
total it. Yeah. So
So
write
14.
a 14. Yeah. So because what you're going to do is after you write them, well, let's. I don't want to bury the lead.
Yeah,
So
don't ruin it.
Keep rolling.
Keep rolling.
Keep rolling. Yeah.
Okay. Like you just picked them. Like I'm used to being like like Monopoly. Like you just do this.
Mm-hmm.
But you just you pick them up and just let them
That's-
roll out of your hands.
Oh, that's funny that you made that. Oh, that's not a great roll, but okay.
Okay. Sorry, but there's some creases in the tablecloth.
That's okay. No, there's actually. I was
8.
looking on EasyRollerDice.com where I bought my dice, which I think they're wonderful. Once again, we're going to extend the list of people that should sponsor us.
Okay.
Easy Roller Dice, please sponsor us because I love your products. Because they were very nice about. Actually, I'm short a die, and they're replacing it. A purple
Are you seriously
20-sided
just
dice.
replacing it?
They're just going to send me a purple 20-sided dice.
These are very pretty. I have to say.
They're nice. Yeah, I thought they were cool. They're like a smoky gray with like a green, like pips on it.
Green
yeah.
pips and almost like marble.
You know,
like a black marble.
I used to have
or granite, I guess
used to have
you say.
great, really great dice. So I
Okay,
loved
ready?
buying these. So go ahead. So that's 2 out of 6.
2 out of 6.
A 14 and an 8.
A 14 and an 8. Okay. And then now I have a 9. Is that 9?
Yep, that's
I need you to double check my math.
that's 9. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to do this because...
Yeah, get a good roll. Yeah, get in
Because
there.
you want to blow on it?
No,
Oh, fuck.
this is you.
I got to blow on it. And- do you...
Go.
All right, here we go.
Oh no.
I'm rolling really low.
Yeah, you're not doing good. We might redo this one because
Really?
is,
7. No, you know what? Fuck it. Just go with it.
All
man.
right, we'll go with
If
what
I'm
you
a
got.
complete turd, it's fine.
Well, I mean, but you have
that
to,
was 7, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. How many am I rolling?
You're rolling 6.
I'm
total.
rolling 6 total.
Yep.
So I have 2 more
You
to
need
go.
a couple good ones, man.
Okay, some good
You want to
ones.
change? There. Oh, that's okay.
That's okay. So that's 12.
Yep.
I only have 2 double digits so far.
Here, let's do this. Change them out. Try those.
These are loaded.
Yeah, you gotta just they're all new. You gotta break dice in.
There's more 6s on these.
You know, tabletop gamers are very, very like it's not great.
10. At least it's double digits.
That's 10. Yeah, that's something. 8 is so. Just so you know, an 8 is an average statistic. So
I'm above. I'm average or above on every roll except
you're right.
one.
And you can compensate with a lot of things with skills. Is that all of them?
Yeah, that's 6, right?
That's 6. Okay.
That's 6.
All right. So generator ability scores, and we discussed that. You're going to roll 4 dice. The roll you gives you a number between 3, which would be horrible, and 18 would be tremendous. The average ability score is about a 10 or 11. Actually, I was wrong.
Okay, so I'm in line. Not bad.
But your character is not typical. The most common
You know what I
ability
like about
scores. What?
You could talk, and I could just sit back and eat.
That's good. It's my turn to talk. So the most common ability scores for heroes should be 12s and 13s. So how many 12s and 13s do you have?
I have 112 and 114.
You know what? Let's roll another set of stats next to that. Let's play with it because we got nothing but time here. Wow.
10.
10.
Don't worry about it. We
No,
can,
I'm
we
just,
can,
I'm
we can
just
go with the lousiness of a me.
and this
13.
This is a good one.
This is already better.
Oh, this is a good. Wow, 11 and 4. That's 15.
Here we go.
Oh, dude, this is a good one. This is a 16.
Look at it. I got 10, 13, 13 so far. That's a bad one. I can't... Listen, I don't want to... It's not bad. That's 10. I haven't rolled a single digit yet.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest with you, to roll an
Except right
18,
there.
to roll an 18 is hard.
Sure. I mean, that's a bunch of sixes.
That's three sixes.
sixes.
Yeah. Oh, actually, right here is about as close as I've came. That's a 17 right there. There you go. That's another one. That's 16.
There we go.
You
Right,
just
that's
want, you want
11.
something about you to be extraordinary. I think that's helpful.
50. All right. Well, then this is a good roll. Come on.
If you
I
want to
got
do
10, 13, 13, 10, 7, and 15.
that's pretty good. Do one more column just for the heck of it, and then you can pick the best of the three. Because look, you are a hero, and heroes are extraordinary. That's a great roll. That's a 15, right? 6, 4.
Oh yeah, that's 15.
Isn't this exciting? Listening to people roll dice.
Yeah,
I'm rolling dice just for fun. Oh, that's a good one, dude. That's a 15 myself. That's pretty...
Well, I mean, but
that's a 16. Sorry, I'm excited. I need to stop.
14.
This just takes me back to being a kid. This is awesome, dude.
All right, I have 3 more rolls.
Dude, that's another good one. Look at that. That's a 14.
It's another 14. I kind of want to be maxed out either.
No. 18's all the way down. But I've had people come to me and go, I rolled this character on my own. And you're like, what? 18, 17, 16, 18, 17. But I have 114. I'm like, are you fucking serious, dude?
And 10. Okay.
So
I couldn't tell you which column is better. I mean, I know that column. I should get closer to the mic. Sorry. Columns 2 and 3 are definitely better than column 1 because column 2 has only 1 single digit. Column 3 has no single digits.
I think the first one you throw out, there's
a lot of low numbers in
that's
that
bad.
one.
And that was your first one. Whatever.
Yeah, that was new at rolling dice. So So there's these 3. So should I go with the third one? The third one has a couple of 14s and a 15.
You tell me which one you want.
All right, let's go with that.
I almost made you roll the third one just to make it difficult.
I mean, I don't want to die instantly.
No.
But I also like being flawed.
No,
in
and you will be flawed, though. If you have something
I'm
that's
flawed here in the 10. I have a 10.
But, I mean, heroes tend to be extraordinary for the most part. Like, not... I mean, the best heroes...
Not in the beginning.
But not...
They're pretty ordinary in the beginning.
The best heroes have some flaw or weakness. And you will have a flaw or weakness. But, okay. So, now, here's what you do. You take those numbers...
This third one?
The third set of numbers, and you assign your statistics based off of what you think you want to be like.
I choose where they go?
You choose where they go. Now, that wasn't how I played. When I played, you rolled the dice and you went straight down. But
you know what? I'm going to take column 2 and I'm going to go straight down.
However you want to do it.
So strength is 10.
Okay, that's average.
Dexterity is 13.
That's above average.
My constitution is 13.
That's above average.
I have 10 intelligence.
Average.
I have 7 wisdom. I am a dumb fuck.
Yeah, no, you're not dumb.
I'm not dumb because I have intelligence.
You have a good intelligence. You're not particularly wise. You're not particularly aware of things.
Right, and I have good charisma at 15.
Wow, yeah, that is good. All right, so
I'm a charismatic little hoppity guy.
No, and that might help you for your first character, just help you decide things easier, which is good. So the next step is your genotype. There are 4 genotypes or races open to Gamma World players. Stock humans are the descendants of the survivors of the final wars, who have lived, bred, and prospered in the aftermath of the Armageddon. Pure strain humans have managed to shield themselves from the social environment and biological ravages of the final wars. Mutants are the vast diversity of human-like beings that roam the Gamma world, though as often as not, they are the products or descendants of intentional design rather than random mutation. Okay. Finally, by the end of the final wars, humanity had gone beyond customizing life to creating it out of whole cloth. Synthetics include everything from armored robots to passably human androids and even hybrids of men and machines.
So that's all one race?
No, those are 4 different races. So you have stock humans. These are the humans
regular guys that just survived the second thing.
They survived. They weren't in the bunkers. They were out and breeding amongst the populations, and they survived. Pure strain humans, they're isolated. They're pure. They're closer to the human that you saw before these great wars happened.
So the pure strain were kind of born after the war. The stock was born potentially before the war.
No, the pure strain was before the war, and the stock was they breeded. They were like
So stock is after war.
after war. Yeah, they were not in bunkers. They were not protected.
Okay.
Those bloodlines were mixed with whoever was out there, and
Okay.
I had a rough time differentiating the two.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think of the pure strain human as like they're like the Aryans. I mean, if you look at the pictures here, this is the stock human. They look like they
Look like stock humans.
like Scottish Highlanders.
Yep.
And then you have the pure strain humans, which to me turn up like these are like the Gestapo, like the German.
Holy shit!
This is the master race.
Those are Aryan motherfuckers.
They are
right there.
Aryan as fuck, right? So
Wait. That's which one is that?
the pure. These are the pure strain humans.
Those are pure strains. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not really clear who the stock.
I see why they're not popular. They look like freaking Nazis.
They look very serious. Yeah, this woman has a clipboard.
She's got a clipboard even.
Yeah,
And that guy looks like he's engineering a car in his pockets.
I don't. He's definitely playing an extensive version of pocket pool.
He is.
So let me show you the rest of the pictures. So these are the mutants.
Okay, that's above my pay grade.
That's weird.
Is that one person or two?
That's two people.
That's two people.
I love that question. Is that one person or two?
Well, she looks normal then.
Yeah, but
he
his
looks
neck,
fucked.
his neck is like stretched around her.
He looks like Mr. Fantastic.
He is. Yeah, he's absolutely Mr. Fantastic. She has obviously some weirdness about her, but
Does she? Yeah.
Well, she does.
Where?
I don't know. Her eyes are a little bit strange. She probably has some kind of power.
Okay.
These are
her hands are fucked.
Yeah, there's claws. Yeah,
She has claws.
And then you have the synthetics, which are these two.
Ooh.
Just to inspire you. The artwork is great in these books. I mean, they really do an excellent job.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, so going back to what you said, those are your choices.
Jeez, I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean,
who I should be.
And to be honest with you, you think about it as my advice as a starting character, knowing what you know, which is nothing. I mean, other than what we just talked about, there was some kind of final war that ended the world.
I think I should be more like human-like.
Yep.
Though I would like to be someone who was after the war.
So I think a stock human is probably your best option then, right?
Okay, so stock human was somebody who is a descendant of pure strains, essentially.
Yeah. Now, stock humans are the most common characters. They are like us in nearly every way, though they are perhaps somewhat hardier than the people of the modern Western world and possess the same infinite potential. Despite the competition for other races, mutants in particular, stock humans may yet reclaim their position as the dominant species.
So stock human.
So stock human.
So where do I write that?
That's a good question.
Or do I not need to write that? Let me see. Maybe I don't have to.
Let me see. No, you should write that you're a stock human somewhere.
Next to the caramel butter grease stain?
That's right here by the attack rolls. You know what? I would
Up on top
just
is
pick
like
a place.
looks like where I put my name and my race.
Pick a place at top to write that you're stock human. There's a lot of blank lines.
It looks like my first name and last name and then maybe race here.
Yeah. Pick
put
one
my
that,
race here.
Pick
I'll put
one
my
that,
race here.
that you
Stock
think
human.
fits. Yeah, stock human. There you go. All right. So much of the ethnic diversity found amongst people in the modern world has been lost since the end of the final wars. Issues of survival for such concepts as race and ethnicity out of the public consciousness and subsequently out of the gene pool. Nearly any combination of human features can be found amongst the communities of Gamma World. In some rare instances, such as isolated communities, old ethnic distinctions linger on. So, most stock humans...
Old ethnic distinguishes... Okay, so
you
there's
might,
some ethnicity, some old ethnicities that have lingered.
but for the most part, they don't... There's human is human, and they don't differentiate between black, white, Asian, Latino. They don't.
Right,
There's
you're
no
just
such
human. Right.
Yeah, you might find a community where that is a prevalence, but it's not as often.
Okay.
Most stock humans form communities ranging in size from a few hundred to a few thousand individuals. Smaller communities exist, such as farmsteads and plantations. Some of this is not really super important.
Okay.
I just want to go over racial traits, which I don't think there are any for pure strain human. Stock humans are the standard by which other races are measured. They gain no special advantages or disadvantages. A number of skill points and feats a stock human gains are as presented in the D40 Modern, and all rules regarding size, speed, and other details remain unchanged. A stock human can choose any starting occupation. Okay, so
they're kind of blank slates.
They are. It's a good place to start. I think it's
good. Yeah,
it's good for you.
All
So
right, good.
It'll be
Perfect.
easy. All right, so we've selected a genotype. Step 4. Choose a basic class.
All right, class.
Based upon the character's background, which you don't know, choose one of the 6 classes from the character's first class level. Strong.
Upper middle?
No.
Rich? What?
Nope. Yeah. So here are the classes. Strong, a strong hero, a fast hero, a tough hero, a smart hero, a dedicated hero, or a charismatic hero. Ooh. Note that at first level, characters receive maximum hit points for their class, 2 starting, so write this down too, 2 starting feats, a talent, and a number of skill points equal to the class skill point plus the character's intelligence modifier times 4.
And wait, was I supposed to write that last bit down?
You get a number of skill. So skill points equal class skill points plus the character's intelligence modifier times 4. So I need to figure that out. And
okay.
I'm going to figure that out here. I have to go to the D20 rulebook.
Okay. But now, while you do that, it sounds like I have to decide, I'm a little confused here, if I'm a fast or a
strong hero.
A fast. So let me write these down.
A strong hero is someone whose strength is their primary attribute, right?
Yeah, because I was going to say, doesn't my roles determine which one of these I am?
I mean, I think
it looks like I'm charismatic.
You're going to end up being a charismatic hero. Yeah. So I'm going to go right to that. Okay. Because it's your best modifier. One of the reasons why they would tell you not to. Shit, where is he?
So the rules allow me to say I'm a strong hero, even if my strength ability.
No, because there's restrictions here. If you go, if I go here under strong hero in the D20 book, it says strong heroes have to have the following game statistics. Strength is usually associated with this class. Strong heroes also have good scores in Constitution, Dexterity, and at least one of the other non-physical abilities.
So yeah, I do have good Dexterity and Constitution.
Yeah, but you don't have a high strength.
My strength is slightly below average, I think.
No, 10 is
average.
10 is average, yeah. So you're average.
So I could technically be strong hero too.
You could.
So strong, what was the other one?
There's strong, there's fast. The fast hero, they're basically, their dexterity is their primary. I'm trying to see if there's stuff in this book about those types of heroes. I don't think there are. I think it's all in the D20. This is why I prefaced, here we go. The strong hero.
How many pages is that?
It's several hundred pages. That's why
Have you read this in 2 weeks? I didn't realize I was putting you through.
I actually read it in 1 week.
Oh,
this book in 1 week. And a few other pieces of other books. So.
But even reading it doesn't mean shit.
No, because it doesn't sink in. That's
it
why
doesn't sink in.
No.
It's just a bunch of rules.
Yeah, so that's why
it's like reading a law book.
It's and you really have to follow the rules. So, fast heroes survive the perils of the gamma age by avoiding them. While fast heroes are certainly combat capable and may represent snipers or martial artists and other specialists, most Gamma World fast heroes are focused on avoiding trouble rather than starting it. Thieves of various sorts, from burglars to cattle rustlers, make good fast heroes.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be a thief.
A tough
thief
hero.
is a class I never picked in any of the video game RPGs.
Really?
Yeah, I never picked thief.
I like the thieves.
Thieves could be. I could see the fun of it, but I just never did.
So tough heroes. The Gamma World is an unforgiving place, and tough heroes represent a surprisingly large portion of the heroic population. Former laborers, from subsistence farmers to miners, can become tough heroes. So
tough heroes, I have a grasp of.
Yep.
Right? It's probably some brute.
Yep.
What's the dexterous one?
That's fast.
That was the fast. What's the charismatic? Because that's where my thing is. Let's see what that is.
Where strength of arms and arcane knowledge may fail, arousing speech or whispered secret may prevail in the Gamma Age. Political speakers, entertainers, or various stripes, merchants and peddlers, con artists and gamblers are all examples of the Gamma World charismatic hero.
Okay, so I'll go with dexterous. Then.
Okay. Dexterous?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a 13 dexterous.
All right. So you are a fast hero. So now the best thing to know is the class skills for Gamma World members of this class and key abilities for each are. So here's some skills you might want to buy. So make a note.
Okay.
Balance, craft, escape artist, hide, knowledge, move silently, perform, dance. I'm sorry.
Man, how fast do you think I could write, dude?
Sorry.
Knowledge.
Hide, knowledge. That's like gossip or streetwise. Move silently.
Okay, stealth, isn't that? Or is that? No, move silent. I'm trying to shorthand
move silently is stealth. Perform dance.
I'm going to put stealth.
Profession, wisdom. Ride.
Dance. I suck at dancing in real life. Go ahead.
Ride. Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Speak language.
I like this so far. Sleight of hand and speaking tongues.
Yeah, not in tongues though. It's like that's crazy. And then spot is a good one.
Speak. What'd you say? How'd you put tongues? Speak of language. Isn't that tongues?
Speak language.
Speak language.
Yeah.
Well, everyone could speak language.
No, but speak language none. So we'll have to look at what that skill means.
Speak language none.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I can't
There's
speak.
a lot of stuff.
I'm a mute.
You can speak every language.
No. What? Really?
No, I don't know. We'll have to see what speak language
Speak
none
French
means.
Norman.
And then spot and tumble.
Spot, whatever, and tumble, whatever the fuck that means. Oh, tumble means I can like martial arts tumbling.
Yes.
And spot means I'm good with bleach.
No, see things.
Oh,
which
spot.
is ironic. Which is ironic because
Jesus.
that's your wisdom too. So your wisdom is low.
My wisdom is low.
Yeah. So you're fast and charismatic,
but I'm dumb.
and you have you're healthy. You have a good constitution, but you're not dumb because your intelligence is average, but you're kind of clueless.
Oh, I'm a little clueless.
Like an absent-minded.
I'm an absent-minded professor.
Well, no, because your intelligence is 10, so you're not a professor.
I'm an absent-minded
person.
Adjunct professor.
Like, I was going to rob you.
I'm an absent-minded teacher's assistant?
But I forgot.
All right.
Yeah. No, that would be adequate. An absent-minded teacher's assistant would be adequate. Bonus feats are gained at second level. So Gamma World characters start as third-level characters. 3 levels.
Okay.
You get a bonus feat at second level. Blah, 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 blah. Fast hero has extremely good eye-hand coordination and fine manipulation, making her or him very effective in close quarters combat and delicate work. Nimble fingers. So this is one of your class capabilities. Nimble fingers.
That first set of
that's just skills that you should.
So this is skills
that you should
put these under some headers,
and we're going to get to skills. But
these are skills, and then now these are. What did you just say?
This is these are coordination. You have so fast heroes have a talent tree called coordination. So write coordination down.
Under talents.
Okay,
yeah,
right under talents. Talents, coordination. So under coordination, you have a couple of subsets. One is nimble fingers. The fast hero gains a +2 competence bonus when using the following skills: demolitions, disable device, and sleight of hand. That's like the level 1 of this. Okay. But so you are a fast hero.
Alrighty.
So that is your basic class. Step 5. So based upon step 4. Based on the character's background, choose one of the 6 basic classes for the character's first class level.
I didn't pick a class.
Note that, no, you did. You're a fast hero. That at first level, characters receive the maximum hit points for the class, 2 starting feats, a talent, and a number of skill points equal to. We already said all that. So, sorry, I'm going to go here in the D20 book to the. Sorry,
we're referencing the D20. I'm a fast stock human hero.
So, class skills. Look first, the fast heroes class and key abilities for each skill are as follows. Blah, blah, blah. They're always referencing something else. I'm trying to figure out your skill points. So your skill points at first level are 5 plus your intelligence modifier times 4. Your intelligence is 10, right?
Do I write this down anywhere in my character sheet skill points?
No, I'm going to tell you right now. So, oh, come on.
Initiative, defense, saving throws.
Here we go. So, where's intelligence modifier? Character classes, attributes. All right, here we go. The abilities, ability modifiers. Your intelligence is 10, right? You have no modifier at 10. So, because it's average, which makes sense. So, your skill points that you're going to spend are 5 plus your intelligence modifier of 0 times 4.
5 times 4.
That's 20.
So I'm going to have 20.
And
what's that 20 represent?
That's skill points that you're going to spend later on.
So these are 20. I have 20 skill points to spend.
For level 1. And then each additional level is 5 plus your intelligence modifier. So at second level, you'll get 5. And at third level, you'll get 5. You're going to go all the way to third level, but you're going to develop your character slowly. We discussed.
So the max level of a character in Gamma World is 3?
No. Max level of a character in Gamma World is whatever. I think 50 is where we should keep it.
Okay.
But you start at 3, and there's a reason for that, because it's a hard world. There's a lot of things that you can fight, and being a third level character is a better place to start than as a first level character.
Right.
So, okay. So we chose your class. You're a fast hero, and we have your skill points. So, this is kind of crazy because it doesn't ever say actually like pick skill points, but pick skills. But all right, choose an occupation. So the occupations are pretty standard here. Adventurer, aristocrat, artist, athlete, boss, criminal, engineer, entertainer, hero, hunter, laborer. I mean, based on the statistics that you have, you're fast. You're not super strong.
I'm thinking adventurer.
Adventurer could be it. So adventurer, it says here, adventurers in the Gamma world follow many paths. Treasure seekers loot through the ruins of the previous age. Explorers cut new paths in changed lands, and trophy hunters track down everything from land whales to giant robots. While the adventuring lifestyle may or may not provide great monetary rewards, it does provide a wealth of experience. Prerequisites, your age, you need to be greater than 15 years old. Skills, choose 2 skills, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know, you want me to read more than criminal, engineer, entertainer, healer, hunter, laborer, priest, scavenger, scholar, soldier, spy? That's pretty much the classes that they have listed here. So you want to go with adventurer, you think?
After adventurer, what was that? Wait.
Aristocrat?
No.
Artist,
no. Athlete, no.
Boss, criminal.
Engineer. No, I think adventurer.
Okay.
I think I have the skills of an adventurer.
Okay.
I'm dexterous. I have good with sleight of hand.
You have the attributes of an adventurer. You haven't picked any skills yet, which we're going to do.
Right, but these numbers.
Yeah, no, those attributes are they're pretty good.
I mean, they're not the numbers of a scholar.
No.
I guess they could be a criminal.
I mean, criminal could fit. You're fast and you're charismatic. That would be somebody who was like. But think about somebody who had the agility and the charisma that you have, but is not super. I mean, let's go back to wisdom and just read the definition, because your lowest stat is wisdom. Wisdom describes a character's willpower, common sense, perception, and intuition. Compared to intelligence,
so that's
wisdom
not an
relates to being
adventure.
in tune and aware of one's surroundings, while intelligence represents one's ability to analyze information. An absent-minded professor has a low wisdom and a high intelligence. A simpleton with a low intelligence might nevertheless have great insight. If you want your character to have keen senses, put high in wisdom. This is the ability associated with dedicated heroes. Your ability,
So this is why you would have the ability to move these numbers around.
Yes, because you would say,
I think you'd be interested in being an adventurer, and so you could put the numbers that would make you a good adventurer.
yes, you could. That's why you can place them instead of go straight down. I mean, you could still play it this way. You just need to figure out what occupation this person fits in the best.
All right, so I'm going to erase what I wrote down in abilities.
Okay.
And I'm going to. This is because I'm learning as I'm going.
Yep.
I didn't realize some of these.
No, and
just
once
by
again,
throwing the numbers down, what it meant.
And once again, this is an entry-level gaming podcast.
Right.
We're learning on the fly as I pour.
But I am sticking with that column.
Monkey shoulder.
I'm putting 7 in something.
Okay.
But I'm interested in playing an adventurer, and I think I have enough points here to make it a decent adventure, provided I put them in the right places.
Uh-huh.
So would I hold off? Really, it seems that I should know with the occupation, the class, the occupation, and what's the next thing?
We have genotype, right?
Genotype. I picked the genotype.
Ability scores, genotype, basic class, and occupation. That's as far as we've moved along in this.
Okay. So then knowing that information, I should place the numbers.
Yes. Well, I mean, now, this goes about you have a concept beforehand. You know what? I really want to play a strong hero who's dumb, so you manipulate your ability scores to give you what you want to do. That's why they want you to place them. You didn't know enough to place them. It's an exercise, whatever.
Okay.
So think about what you. I mean,
I'd like to be an adventurer.
I liked your statistics, except for the low, like as a criminal with what you had, a high charisma and a high dexterity. I was like, oh, good criminal, but then the kind of lack of common sense and perception doesn't work well with a criminal, unless you're like. Yeah.
Does 7 in a charisma work with an adventurer? You think?
7 in charisma? Yeah, but what you would have would be an adventurer who really doesn't know how to interact with people, right?
Yeah, it would be somebody who...
Yeah, they're emotionally disconnected.
Whose
Asperger's.
Whose adventuresome nature doesn't have any tact to it.
Yeah, or maybe it keeps you away from social groups, and so you just don't know how to relate in that way. I mean, statistics can change, too. You can advance them later on, and he could become more... So that's...
Okay.
It's not an uncommon... Some people don't value charisma in that way, so they'll say, I'm going to put an 8 there because, you live by your strength and your other things.
I'm going by, like, the video game realm.
Okay.
Which is probably... So, this is where my experience lay.
Okay.
Lies. I don't know where you put lays.
Lays?
I always hated charisma because it just meant I could talk people into something.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it meant. So, and I was never interested in that.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to put my lowest thing in the charisma. As an adventurer, I should be dexterous and have constitution. Good constitution.
Which is what you had kind of before, right?
Right. Where do I put that 15? Do I put it in strength or do I put it in intelligence? I'm going to put the 15 in dexterity.
Okay.
I'm going to be highly dexterous.
Dexterous. Well, that fits with a fast hero, right?
Yeah. And
I mean, 18 being the most that you could possibly roll. So that's
right. So
where
I'm a pretty darn dexterous mother.
You're right.
Effer.
Mother effer, yeah.
And then I have a strong constitution, too, which is good for an adventurer. I think an adventurer should be intelligent. So I'm going to put 13 in intelligence.
Okay.
Strength is important But you can get away with average strength if you're dexterous and intelligent. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with a 10. So really, a lot of it stayed the same, except I moved the 15. So, what do I have left? I did the 10, the 15. I did the 10, the 15, the 2 13s. So I have another 10 and a 7. So I'm going to put 10 in wisdom, and I'm going to put 7 in charisma.
All right.
Does that make me a good adventurer, you think?
It does, yeah. I mean, an adventurer would probably be, like I said, out on his own. In Gamma World, they might be searching the ruins of some city, looking for technology, something that they can sell to survive on. I mean, that's the kind of things I think that an adventurer in this realm would do, right? Mm. So maybe
I just might have a little hard time in some negotiations with some of the things I was able to pilfer with because I have a 7 charisma, but hopefully I'll be able to make up for that in my ability to obtain things to begin with, or even defeat people given the dexterity and the constitution and the intelligence. I think so, unless you think I'm making any huge mistakes here.
I don't think you're making a huge mistake.
Okay, so then I'm a fast hero, stock human adventurer.
Okay. So choose 2 of the following skills as permanent class skills. If a selected skill is already a class skill, the character receives a +1 competence bonus on that. So you need to choose the following skills: climb, demolitions, disable device, drive, escape artist, intimidate, jump, knowledge, earth, life, and sciences, history, technology, archaic technology, pre-war, navigate, move silently, pilot, ride, spot, survival, swim, or treat injury.
Oh, jeez. Can I see that list? Because I'm not going to remember all that.
You're not.
So I have to pick 2 of these?
Pick 2 of those as your skills. If you have them from something else, you're going to gain a +1 on them.
What?
You're going to get a +1. If you already have the skill that you picked,
how would I know if I already have? I don't have
well, you have a bunch of skills. You have your skill points. I guess we were supposed to pick those. It doesn't really tell you when to pick your skills. So.
Oh, the 20 skill points.
The 20 skill points, yeah.
Okay, so I have to choose 2. Drive. Is that what I think it is? Like drive a vehicle?
Drive a vehicle, yes, sir. I'm just going to randomly roll dice because that's what we do. Oh, dude, look at that.
Definitely move silently.
Look at that. That's a 16, dude. That's fat.
That's fat? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm right back in the 90s, dog. Come on, yo. Who let these dogs out?
Oh, Jesus. All right.
So you are a adventurer. So what are some of the things that you... Oh, dude, I just rolled an 18.
There you go, man. So I think that I would like to be able to move silently.
Mm-hmm.
And jump seems like a lame skill. Though I'm sure it comes in handy.
Yeah.
But, what can you do? I can jump.
Dude.
I can jump.
Dude.
It hardened up.
Dude.
Well, yeah, once you microwave caramel and then it cools off, it's fucked. I say you just stick your finger in there and peel that whole thing out of there.
There's no way, dude.
No, don't even put the pretzel in there. Just stick your finger in and just peel that whole piece out and shove it in your mouth.
Dude. That's crazy.
Homemade caramel, folks. And I'll put the recipe up one day. Okay, pilot, ride, spot. Survival has got to be something really good to... Survival and move silently.
Okay. So write those skills down.
Where?
Under skills. I'm sorry. I'm eating right in the microphone.
It's fine. But there's 3 lines here, so just put one on 2 of the lines?
I don't know. That's a weird skill sheet. Just write it. I mean, why wouldn't there be lines up here?
I don't know, man. Move silently.
Okay.
And survival. Because I always liked Rambo. I could eat things and make a billy goat puke.
Who's that? Rambo?
First Blood.
Is it?
The Colonel. What was his name?
Colonel Kurtz.
Yeah. He can eat things that can make a billy goat puke.
He can survive. Live on the wildlife. He can dismantle a man in 15 seconds with his bare hands. He's John Rambo. He's the man every man wants to be and every woman wants to be with. I want to kiss him on the mouth.
I always wanted his knife.
Well, and then they took it up a notch for Rambo, too. They were like, how can we take the survival knife up a notch? I remember having a survival knife as a kid.
Yeah, well, you need one.
Of course. You got to survive. All right. So, bonus feat. As an adventurer, select one of the following. Archaic weapons proficiency, brawl, or personal firearms proficiency.
So I'm either good at firearms, brawling, or what?
Personal firearms? I don't know what the hell the difference is.
Firearms or personal firearms?
Yeah, I know, it's weird. Let me look up this skill. Personal firearms. Speak language, repair. Feats. Oh, wait a minute. Some of these are feats. What the hell is the difference between this? So, there's parts of this I'm really confused about. Because you have skills.
Right.
And then you have feats.
Okay.
I think some of these are feats that we're talking about. Not skills, but... Research, speak language.
I'm looking to see if there's feats on my character sheet. Let's see.
Look on the back, too.
Oh, there's two sides.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, feats and special abilities. So a special ability is a feat, I guess, and a skill is just something you
But I don't see that as a feat, though. It's really weird. No, I don't see it as a feat. I think it might be in the D20. Feats are like very special abilities. Skills are like shit you can do.
Okay, so shit I can do.
Shit I can do. Write that next to skills.
Shit I can do. Firearms and...
Hold on. There's, what's what I'm saying? It makes sense that it wasn't a feat. Let me get to the skills in the D20 book.
Well, there's a lot to know in an RPG, huh?
It is, but once you know it, it goes a lot quicker.
Yeah, I mean, imagine once this is done, then you just follow it.
Reputation, advancing a level, multi-character class, skills. Using skills, where's the skill list? Skill descriptions, okay. Balance. Bluff. What's it called?
Well, they didn't have bluff in this one.
No,
but they had
archaic weapons proficiency, brawl, and personal firearms. Computer hacking.
I like personal firearms.
Yeah, I just want to know what the damn difference is, though.
The difference between what?
Archaic weapons, which I guess... But how archaic are we talking about? Is that like sword?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want personal
like
firearms.
non-firearms.
All right, so you
swords and axes. And
So you can pick... Select one.
I have to be good with a firearm.
So pick personal firearms.
I'm picking one.
You only get one. Either archaic weapons, brawl, or personal firearms.
So either I could wield an axe, shoot a gun really well.
Punch them with your fist.
Or brawl.
Indeed.
I'm going to go with firearms.
Okay, so go personal firearms as another skill. So write personal firearms.
Not under feats.
Not under feats. No, you're not even on feats yet.
So I'm going to write firearms. That's why I have 3 lines here, maybe.
Personal firearms. No, I think you're going to have more.
Well, there's different sets. It looks like a progress or something. Personal firearms.
And I may go back and...
Not impersonal firearms.
No, impersonal firearms is... Yeah. Look at this guy. Perform. I gave my love a cherry.
Some people want to roleplay that guy.
It could be fun. Charismatic characters are fun to play.
Are they? I have to see one played.
They get laid a lot.
Okay.
If you're interested in role-playing getting laid, I guess. That's, you can. You get that.
Did you ever... Oh, never mind.
Did I ever get... I mean, I got laid at least twice. I have the 2 kids, so...
No, I know we have evidence of that, but...
Yeah,
I have a mouthful of pretzel.
Okay. I have a mouthful of whiskey.
But the role-playing...
Yep.
At one time I was role-playing, and it was teacher-student role-playing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I went too young.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't know.
You went too young teacher?
No, student.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
I went to 6th grade for some reason because I had my 6th grade teacher in my head.
Oh, okay.
That's the extent of my role playing
You were
experience.
in 6th
This is
grade.
I'm gonna really suck at role playing.
No.
Yeah, my wife was like, how old are you? And I was like, oh, she's like, okay, this is over.
Yeah,
We're not role playing anymore.
That's
This is getting creepy.
marginally creepy.
I didn't have any like hot. I mean, there was some hot teachers in high school, but I didn't have them. They weren't my teachers.
Oh,
they were like other
I thought
kids'
you meant
teachers.
like you didn't have them, like you didn't.
No,
have
they
them.
weren't. I didn't have them as a teacher.
Yeah.
So, but I'm in 6th grade. I had a really hot teacher. So when it came up, let's do teacher student. I went right to 6th grade, which had to be, if you know, from her point of view, extremely creepy.
Yeah, that's
Because that would make me like what, 12?
Yeah. I mean,
I was
it's
asking
fine
for
for
my,
you.
I was asking for my mom.
It's
It
fine
was
for
weird.
you. It's not good for her.
Yeah, no.
It's bad for her. So what I'm trying to figure out here is the skill piece, and I think I might give you this so you can go through the skills and think about things that you want to be able to do.
I really am a good T-ball coach.
Yes, and you're also you got it made. You got it bad. You're hot for teacher. He's got it bad, so bad. He's hot for teacher. He's so hot. Yeah.
There's a lot of empty spaces on this character sheet.
Yeah, I was concerned about that. Jesus. This is the problem with learning as you go.
Saving throws, defense, attack rolls, weapons, skills. A portrait. I should take it. Oh, you could like draw yourself, or
Yeah, you
take a
can
picture, or
yourself,
or
yeah.
paste like an internet picture. Then I have equipment carried, possessions. See, like that's. I mean, there's some things that can be. I mean, possessions versus equipment carried. I mean, what's the difference? Experience, languages that I can speak, notes, mutations, feats, special abilities, hit points, which is like a weird box inside of a box.
Yeah.
Wealth bonus, reputation, action points, initiative,
All right.
and a bunch of just empty lines that have no designation.
Yeah. There's a lot of flexibility in that. So the piece I'm trying to figure out is when you assign skill points, which is, there's not a lot of.
Yeah, I have 20, you said.
Yep. There's a lot of stuff on how to check skills, oppose checks, using skills, acquiring skill ranks. Ranks indicate how much training or experience your character has with a given skill. Each of your skills has a number of ranks from 0, which is a skill in which your character has no training at all, to 23. For a 20th level character who has increased a skill class to its maximum rank. When making a skill check, you add your skill ranks to the roll as part of the skill modifier. So the more ranks you have, the higher your skill check will be. It means you're better at it, right? Ranks tell you how proficient you are and reflect your training in a given skill. In general, while anyone can get a lucky roll, the character would say 10 ranks in a given skill has a high degree of training and expertise in that skill than a character with 9 ranks or less. So you have skill points, and there's a bunch of skills. I'm going to let you look at both the books, but you basically need to pick the skills.
I need to pick. I don't have. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to give you this book first because here's some of the skills. So I don't know if you want to. So if you look at the list here, there's skills here that they recommend that fit within your class and or race that you could or should buy, right?
Okay.
Then there's other ones you can go outside.
So I
of
could
that.
assign numbers to each of these.
Yes, and the more of those numbers, so if you make it a level
And
3,
I list those where?
under skills.
Over here? There doesn't seem to be much room. For
No,
that.
I think you have to go where there are no lines. Like I said,
I would just write next to it.
just write it underneath it. Yeah.
And then rank. This is like a rank column here.
So
and then
those
there's a
ones that
total
you,
column.
I think the ones that you picked are skill level 1s. The ones that you picked so far. So 1, 1, 1.
So put one where by class.
No, near rank.
So in rank, I put
Put
one, and one.
And what that means is, say I tell you it's a DC of like 18 and you roll a 20-sided die. Oh, a 1 is always a critical failure. Okay. But you would get a +1 on your move silently, so that would end up being a 2, which is not a 15, which means you epically failed and you stepped on a twig and you broke your ankle and your leg fell off.
My leg fell off.
Well, that's not something bad.
That sounds more critical than... Okay. All right. Where are the list of skills?
So that's where the skills start. And there's also skills here, and I will...
The following table lists DCs. What's DC stand for?
Difficulty...
Okay.
Yeah.
For retrieving data from a computer system. Adding information to a computer system.
So the big header is the skill. So
the headers are the skills.
Yep.
Jeez. I thought I had to read all this. I probably should. Okay. Oops. Sorry.
Dude, this is past the point of dig your finger in. Just so you know, Nick.
Oh, really? It became like... I knew as soon as I saw it boiling that I fucked it. I turned it into Jolly Ranchers.
It's even beyond Jolly Ranchers. It might be chemically adhered to the bottom of that.
Oh, really?
It's...
Okay, sorry.
No.
I heated it up too much.
No, you
I probably should have put it in a double boiler. So, craft... Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't do this now. There's too much here.
There's too much pressure?
Well, no, there's just too much here. I'm just bound to make a mistake.
There's also a whole book over here.
There's what? There's more? In addition to this? Or is it...
balance. There's a whole ton of skills. You can pick any of these skills. Computer use.
Is it possible? Maybe you email that to me and I'll pick my skills during the 2 weeks we're off.
All right, I'll add this to the to the drive.
Okay, so I'll have to pick some skills.
Yep, you're gonna have to assign
and
your skill points.
my skills.
Yep.
And I gotta read them to see if I want them.
Yeah, well, you have to think about who you. And I think it's
fair
to
think
give
about
you
my
some
class.
time.
Yeah,
think about your character.
Because I don't know it. Like if I knew it, I would go, oh, I want this, and this, and be able to like run through them. But because I don't know them, I have to read them, and then maybe the next episode I'll reveal what I picked and why.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make a note that I have to pick. I have to spend my skill points.
And there's a lot of guidelines there that I read out to you.
And if I have any questions, I know your phone number.
Yeah, you know where to find me.
Spend 20 skill points.
Yep. And you have a list there. You can also look under the Fast Hero, which you have access to this book. I'll give you access to that book too.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the next piece, you chose an occupation.
I didn't record it anywhere. Should I have recorded it somewhere?
There should be occupation somewhere, which is adventurer. I'm not crazy about that sheet, really.
But it is a Gamma World skill sheet.
It does, but it could be a different generation Gamma World. But I'm pretty sure there'd be occupation. So, I don't know, pick up a spot at the top and write.
One of these is probably like...
Yeah, pick here and say adventurer or something.
I bet you it's like this. First name, last name, stock human adventurer.
You were so excited to take a picture of that thing, and now it's just a mess.
Well, no.
It's not a mess.
I'm going to take a picture of it when it's done, too. I got to name this dude. Okay. Some stock human adventurer. I picked some skills. And I rolled my attributes so far.
And when you do your skills...
Yes.
Sorry, as I'm trying not to eat in the microphone.
These are very good pretzels.
And they're super crunchy.
Snyder's of Hanover sourdoughs. Big crunchy bastards.
Add them to the list of sponsors we need.
And Monkey Shoulder Whiskey.
And then, of course, Founders.
And, yeah, Founders.
So the three levels that you need to think about as you develop yourself is the base statistics that I gave you and the numbers I gave you is first level, what I was. The most important choice a player makes when devising their character's background is a character's first level class. First level represents the culmination of the character's early and adolescent life, or sometimes longer. The character's natural talents, ability scores, ethnic or racial group, genotype, and early training, occupation, are all defining factors in determining what kind of hero character will be. Remember, the character gains 4 times as many skill points as well as bonus feats at first level. That is precisely because the achievement of first level is a basic class, represents a lifetime of growth. Every player should consider his choices when choosing what basic class and occupation to take at the character's first level. Sorry. Microphone not there too. It's much more satisfying to make a choice that is meaningful to both the character's background and their future. Second level, what I became.
All right, so who I was and what I became?
Yeah, who I was is how I was born, right? Where I started. What I became is, when you go from being a first level character, which is essentially a normal person, to a second level character, when the character has overcome personal challenges, when determining what class to take the character's second level, whether to remain with the same class or to branch out, kinds of challenges the character overcame will be of the utmost importance. So if you can just stay a fast hero, or you can have multiple character classes. I think it's too advanced and too confusing. So stay with being a fast hero, but essentially at each level is what I was, what I became, and eventually what I am. So first level is you're born and you become an adolescent. Second level is your forming years and how your skills developed. And the third level is I'm a full-fledged fast hero adventurer. How did I get there?
Where I stand now.
Yep. And for each level after the first, I think we wrote down how many additional bonus points you get. I think you get an additional feat. And the feats we can talk about now because you need to pick them, I think. And you may want to wait again and look at all this information. It's a lot of information. It's more than I could just tell you verbally, as you can see as I... Feats represent the special skills, talents, and natural aptitudes.
What book is this?
This is the player's handbook, so this is in the drive.
Oh, this is the player's handbook. This is I'm supposed to know this before I even start this.
No, I mean, I don't think you can know everything.
Well, you skim through and see what interests you, and then you read and understand that.
What inspires you, yeah. So you're supposed to pick a number of feats. I think we wrote that down. You get a feat at second level, I know.
And I go to 3.
You go all the way to third level, yeah.
So when I'm explaining my backstory, I'll explain. It'll make sense in how I got these feats.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he grew up as a blacksmith, so he has all these blacksmith skills. But you know what? Then he got mixed in with a bad crowd. He was a pickpocket, and so he learned some pickpocketing skills as he was growing up. But eventually he went to the academy and he learned computer knowledge in school or whatever. So there's a way to
I got you.
Write it all up.
Okay.
But as a fast hero, there was a number of feats you were supposed to be able to pick. Let's see.
And then listen, that's when I'm writing up a backstory. And then part of the backstory will be me picking these feats.
Yes. Feats, and like I said, the fast hero has certain feats. Bonus feats. Class skills, we already talked about that. Bonus feats. Bonus feats gained at 2, 4, 6, and 8, and 10. Those feats include acrobatics, armor proficiency. I mean, I think you need to...
I think at the 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10.
Yeah, so you're going to get one at... You're going to get one to begin with, and then you're going to get one at 2. Right. Or you get one at 2, and then you get the ones that you for your class.
Okay.
Okay? And then we'll have to work through it.
Okay.
Like I said, this isn't the best form to... It's going to seem very clunky, us creating your character, because it's a process, and we're both learning the process.
We're both learning the intricacies of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning how this works in general to begin with.
Yeah, and it's... People that write these things, it's pretty intricate.
Yeah, I'm amazed looking at it.
Yeah. So the next step 6 is the character's second and third levels, which you can't really do till you pick your first level. So that's a part of you're going to pick your base skills, and then you're going to get 5 points at second level, additional skill points, and 5 skill points at third level. Plus, you get the bonus feat at second level. Okay.
And that's something that. So I'm going to level myself up.
You're going to start off as a third level character. It's just the way that they say.
The adventure starts at third level.
Yep.
Character creation takes me through levels 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, for Gamma World, yes. Apparently.
So I would start. So I have my level 1 character pretty much drawn up. It's just a matter of explaining how I got to this third level, which I've yet to pick.
Yeah. So like I said, the first level is how was I born, right?
Right.
What was I born as? He was always a big kid. He was always a fast kid. He was always juggling. He was always whatever. Second level is my developmental part of my life, right? Because they're living in a hard world too, and that's why they start most Gamma World characters off as third level. And then the third level is who did I grow up to be? You end up being probably a 20-year-old character, right? Who's lived in a hard world and grown up, and here's my skill sets, here's my special abilities, here's my attributes, and these all make up me.
Okay.
So like one of these things that you can pick as a feat is like psionic potential. An otherwise normal stock or pure strain human character can develop psionic talents, mental powers, right? Prerequisites, you need to have a total intelligence, wisdom, and charisma modifier of +4 or more, which you may not have. Because your charisma is low.
But I don't have any modifiers.
So, okay, so let's go over the modifiers then. We can do that, because that should go next to your stats, so you have that. Here, let me get to it. There's a chart.
You have ability modifier, and then I have a temp score, and then I have temp modifier.
I don't know what that difference is, but so let's go here.
Yeah, maybe that doesn't apply to this, but
like I said, I worry that might not be for this edition. But
and what about hit points? How do I determine my
We're
hit
going to get
points?
there. I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, okay. Because it sounded like you were wrapping up.
No, we're not. Okay, so here we go. Ability modifiers. So, what are some of your scores? And I'll tell you your modifiers. Anything 14 or 15 is a +2.
So dexterity, I'm a +2 modifier.
Yep, that's pretty good. 18 is a +4, just so you know.
Oh, so strength is 10.
10 is a nothing. There's no modifier. 10 or 11.
Okay. Constitution 13
is a +1.
And then intelligence 13
is a +1.
10 is nothing on the wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And charisma 7, I'm assuming, is nothing.
7 is actually a -2.
Fuck.
So that means if you try to charm someone, you're at -2. If I say, Nick, you need a 14, so you roll this, and you subtract 2 from it, so you would roll a 3. And I rolled a 5, you would end up with a 3, which would be really bad.
Okay.
So just so you understand the position you're in. But that's good. I mean, once again, we talked about in the other part of the podcast, people are flawed. And your character,
he doesn't know how to interact with people very well.
Maybe he's been out in the countryside too long,
Yeah, he doesn't like people.
Maybe he's like that crazy hermit miner guy who's like in a creek somewhere, sifting for gold, and he just lost the ability to relate to people because he's been out in the fucking wilderness so much.
Right.
These are things that you, as a player, need to have in mind because you're creating your character, and a well fleshed out and well rounded character is vital.
Okay.
So,
so now I have my abilities,
your ability modifiers,
and my ability modifiers. I have my skills and their ranks. I have my class.
Yep.
No, I don't have a class. Wait, no. My genotype is stock human. My class is adventurer, or is that my occupation?
Your genotype is stock human. Your class / occupation is adventurer.
Okay.
There's no difference there. The next thing we need to do is your physical stuff. I'm going to go to that in the book, but there's not Nothing in this book. So determine your character's vital statistics: name, gender, age, physical appearance, including height and weight, which we're about to figure out. Personality traits, allegiances. We'll get to that. That's almost a whole episode, probably just dealing with it.
Yeah, I'm going to say, when I do my backstories, could I name the guy then and describe what he looks like?
Name you
then?
can do at any time. Age, you have any idea how old you want to be?
Based on what we're rolling so far and what I'm seeing so far, I have somebody in mind.
Okay.
But kind of young.
Okay. So, I mean, as long as you're between the ages of 12 and 39, there are no modifiers to your statistics or whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking like 19.
Okay. So you're fine. So there's no age modifiers. You can make yourself. The typical third level character is an adult with limited experience. That puts you between the ages of 16 and 39. Okay.
Okay.
That's your only requirement. Height and weight. Determine your character's height and weight using table 111. This page is a little wonky here, but you're male. All right. Oops, God damn it.
Yeah, I'll be male.
Roll a die given in the height modifier column. Determine the character's extra height beyond his base height. So, for instance, roll. So everybody starts as 4 foot 10 inches. Roll 2d10 plus.
Oh, D10s. Let's see if I know what a D10 looks like.
Yep, go for it. Let me see. This is a test, right?
Oh, wait, I made a knot over here. That was stupid. Two D10s after all?
Yeah, 2d10s.
Let me get one. Let me get him. All right.
Show me D10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find me another one. That one, yeah. Okay. So roll those. We're gonna. It's not a percentile roll, so just roll it like whatever. So if it's 5 and 9,
59?
No, it's 5 and 9. So that's 14. So you start at 4 foot 10, and you get an extra 2d10 inches. So you get another 15 inches. So 4 feet 10.
Another foot and 3 inches.
So what was it? 15.
5 foot.
Well, 2 more inches would give you 5 feet. Right? And then that's
another foot.
And then you have what do you get?
14.
14. So that's 2. So you have another 12. So you are 6 feet
6'1".
tall. 6 feet flat because you rolled a 9 and a 7 is a. No, you're right. 6 foot 1. 6 foot 1. Sorry.
6 foot
1 inch.
1 inch. That's pretty big for.
All right. And then you multiply that by, roll 2d4.
Okay, I have 1. That's a D4, right?
Here, you can use mine if you want. All right, so that's.
I don't even know how to read this thing.
So what is it?
What the fuck is that?
That's a 4, and that's.
What is that a 4?
That's a 4. Yeah, that's the one that's straight up.
Oh, the one on the bottom.
Yep, and this one is actually the one on the top. So you rolled 8.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
that's pretty good.
Before you rolled a.
That's the highest thing I could roll, isn't it?
That is as high as you could roll. So you're going to be fat.
So I'm going to be fat?
Not really. Hold on. You're 6 foot tall. So before we rolled 17, right?
Wait, this is my weight.
Your weight, yeah. So 6 foot 1, and then you rolled a 17 on the 2 10-sided die, right? Right?
14.
No, you rolled a 9 and a
5.
A 9 and a 5. That's what gave you your height, right?
Right.
A 14. All right. So 14 times 8 is what?
Oh, you need a calculator to play this game?
Yeah.
14 times 8? We should probably be able to do that in our heads as adults.
Where is my phone at?
But, okay, so 14 times 8 is 112. I'm 112 stones?
No.
What am
I? To your base weight of 120 pounds.
Okay, 120. Good. I don't want to be 120 pounds.
120 pounds plus what you just said, which was 112.
Plus 112? I'm 232 pounds?
That's what it says, dude.
Can that be muscle?
It could be, I guess. Can player then multiplies the 12 or whatever you rolled in the first by 2d4, which you rolled an 8. And then adds that to... So you rolled 2d10, you got a 9 and a 4. You got 13. And 13 times 8 is...
Oh, 13 times 8?
Yeah.
104.
Plus 120.
Plus 120.
Yeah. Which is
So
your
224. So I should be 224?
You're 6'1", 224. You're built like me. Those are my statistics, personal statistics.
But I'm dexterous and... Well, no. I don't want to sound
the way it is.
No, but okay. So I'm probably muscular. It's probably muscle.
Maybe. Yeah, you have a high strength.
I'm built like
you have
Aaron
a high
Hernandez.
you have a high
That's a
constitution.
bad example. What Aaron Hernandez? Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, you're big, but you're dexterous. You're not gigantic in height, but you're strong. You're muscular.
Yeah.
You're muscular.
I'm a bit of a Viking, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. So think about that.
Okay.
So that covers name, you're not going to do. Gender, you did. Age, whatever. Physical appearance, that's height and weight. Personality traits, you're going to have to determine that. Allegiances.
Personality traits, am I within a certain restriction there?
No,
or just...
you determine what this person's personality traits are.
Okay.
There's nothing else to it.
Are there any other hard numbers?
No, that's pretty much it. Apply effects, but you don't really have any effects because you're a pure strength human. And then we need to determine hit points and...
Yeah, hit points, and they have reputation.
Reputation, I'm going to try to find information on reputation. I don't even see that in the book.
Okay, so maybe it isn't in this one. Anyway, if we miss something, we could always
we're gonna
pick it up in 2 weeks.
We're going to end up doubling back.
Yeah. But we're getting a lot done here. Genotype, class occupation.
All right, here we go. I got some
physical.
stuff here. Wealth points, you're already +1. For basic classes, you have action points. You have a number of action points equal to your level +5. Wait a minute. Each level equal to +1 plus 1/2 your character's level rounded down. So your character's level is 3. Rounded, it's 1. So your action points are 6.
Okay. So there's 6 for everybody.
Yep. Pretty much for starters, yeah. Hit points. A hero gains hit points from each class or his own class level, adding a few hit points.
I had no idea how to read a 10-sided die.
Well, it's whatever's right side up.
Whatever's right side up.
Yeah. The foe sided die. Let's go to fast here and determine what your hit points are. Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now. Yo, people, come up.
Wow, we're over an hour and 20 minutes already.
Like I said, it can take some time. There's a whole part of this game where you build a civilization, a city where you live, which is almost like a character in and of itself, and they want the players to be involved. Once again, I don't think I'm going to try to spare you some of that.
Okay. Yeah, for the interest of the show.
Yeah, the show, it's not going to work unless I can do some stuff on my own. And it's so hold on a second here. Action points. Fast heroes gain a number of action points equal to 5 plus 1/2 of their character level, rounded down. At first level, every time they attain a new class. So that didn't change. It's the same.
Okay, so 6. Still 6.
Yeah, where's hit points, though? I'm really having problems with finding hit points. That's the next thing we really need. This is where I said ebooks are really a pain in the balls.
Yeah, they are.
Because, like, vital statistics. Nick is going back to the bag. His man sack.
Oh no. You want to split this one?
Split it?
Split?
Sure. I mean,
Or you want to stick with
I have
the
some
monkey
whiskey, so
shoulder?
I'm okay for now.
I'll save it for you. This is the last one, though. It's getting late.
It is getting late.
Fun, though. Interesting. Never did this before.
Hit points. Here we go. Hit points.
Hit points.
I used to be better.
I know
at
this from Legend of Zelda.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. A hero gains hit points from each class as his or her class level increases, adding a new hit point. So you end up with maximum hit points at level 1, and then you roll for additional. For example, Brandon begins as a smart hero and attained 4th level, then adds. Oh Jesus, this is more complicated.
Even the hit points? I thought you would like roll for them.
Because the example, you will after the first level. So
I'm at first level.
You're a fast hero.
Yeah. I'm a fast first level at the moment.
I remember seeing this chart somewhere. You can't fucking find it. There's a chart for how many D per whatever type of hero.
All right, well, we could skip hit points and do it next week, too. What I'll do is I'll take a picture of my character sheet and we'll
I'm going to make
review the points that are missing.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
You know, I have hit points, wealth bonus, reputation. Then I have to spend some skill points. I have to come up with who I was, what I became, and what I am. And that should mesh with my selection of my skill points.
Yeah, because that's kind of your story. Yeah.
But then there's all the saving throws, defense, attack rolls.
Your class determines
weapons. I guess nothing. You probably start with nothing, right?
No, well, I think that's going to depend on who you are, and I'll assign you some weapons. Your class determines your base saving throws. To these numbers, add the modifiers for the associated ability. For Fortitude, add your Constitution modifier.
Fortitude.
Do you see that?
No. Oh, yep, and the saving throws.
Yep.
So it has my Constitution here, so I guess the modifier I should put next to my Constitution?
Yep.
Or my amount plus the modifier?
No, it's just the modifier. So basically, if your Constitution is whatever.
Okay, 1 on the Constitution.
Okay.
And then
Reflex is your Dexterity modifier.
Okay, that's a 2.
And Will is your Wisdom modifier.
Oh, Jesus. I'm -2. I have no will. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then that's my total?
No, but for all those things, so like if I tell you to make a reflex check, you're going to say my modifier is +2, so you would roll the 20-sided die. And if I said it was particularly difficult, like a 15, you would say, oh, I roll it, it's 11.
Plus the 2.
And you would have a 13. Well, right. You would not make that reflex roll.
Right.
Which would mean somebody punched you or something was going to hit you or whatever it is. Or there's a mind control attempt. Make a will roll. It's a level 13 will roll. I say roll the dice and apply your modifier. Your modifier is, oh, that's a 1. You're fucked no matter what you do if you roll a 1. 1 is a critical failure. 20 is a critical success.
Okay.
And there's a natural 20 and then there's an unnatural 20.
Right, if I have 18 and a modifier, it brings you up to 20. That's unnatural.
Doesn't count, but if you roll a natural 20, that's a critical success. You cannot get a critical success by modifying.
Well, what if I roll a 20, but I also have a -2 modifier that brings me down to 18? Does that wipe out the critical? It depends on the GM. Is that one of those gray areas?
There's a Twitter feed called Sage Advice that I follow, which is really interesting. Because one, it has the Dungeon Master character from the D&D cartoon from back in the day, but it's like a live action version of it. Actually looks like a midget version of Brian Dennehy. I want to show it to you just because it really does look like fucking Brian Dennehy, but he's a dungeon master. And the guy just answers questions all day long of, if I'm a monk and I'm going merge with shadows, can I blah blah blah? And he goes yes or no. He just goes by the rules.
Okay.
I would have to look. If you make a critical success but you get a minus modifier,
right.
I don't know, that's tough. I think you would not have the critical success.
I would think so, yeah. That would make sense.
But these are all dorky.
So that's my
questions.
saving throws.
Yes.
Then attack rolls. It looks like melee is strength. Ranged is dexterity, and grapple is strength again.
Yep.
My dexterity? I mean, my modifiers or my values?
What are you looking at now?
Attack rolls.
Attack rolls. So defense is one of them, yeah? No. Base attack bonus.
Base attack.
Melee attack bonus. Range attack bonus.
Melee attack roll.
Okay. To determine your melee attack bonus, add your strength modifier to your base attack bonus. That is a bonus you apply when making attacks with close combat weapons and when making unarmed strikes.
Well, I have speed base over here. I see.
Hold on. Your character has a speed of 30 feet. That's a distance a human character can cover using an action move.
So put 30 in the base?
Yeah.
Then there's a modifier. I must have some modifier. I'm fast. I'm
Whatever
a fast hero.
your dex modifier is would be that.
+2.
Yeah.
I have a speed +2, 30 +2.
That's why I wish they had.
Then my initiative, it says my dex and miscellaneous.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. But my dex is +2. I'll put it in there. I'm assuming it's the modifier because it's been the modifier to this point.
Yeah. The rules in this are crazy, dude.
In the D20? I thought a D20 was one of the base systems.
It is, but I wonder if the sheet is overcomplicating it. Like, I wish they had a sheet in the book. I don't think they do, though. There's no sheet in the...
Isn't there just a D20 sheet? Maybe we should just use that.
That might be the one to use, because maybe there's shit on there that we don't need.
Possibly. Because this might be very specific.
So here's what I got. So here, base attack bonus for a... Here we go.
Like, I don't even see attack bonus.
Here's some stuff. You're going to be a 3rd level fast hero, right? Your base attack is +2. Your fort save is +1. Your reflex save is +2. And your will save is +1.
But I don't see any of those here. Base attack is not here.
Is it not on your saving throws?
I see attack rolls. Melee, ranged, and grapple.
Okay. Your defense bonus is +4. And your reputation bonus is +1. Yeah, maybe that's a bad sheet that I printed out for you. I should have probably looked more. I thought there'd be one in the books, but there's not.
Yeah, like defense takes into account my dexterity, my size.
Yeah, there was a defense.
Class, my max dexterity, a penalty.
Yeah, I think we need the right sheet too. Maybe that's the wrong sheet.
And then the attack bonus, I guess it depends on whether it's melee, ranged, or grapple.
And I think that would also be based off your skills too, right? If you buy a melee skill, you're better in melee.
Right. And that's why they have all these boxes across here.
Yeah, I think so. But I think we need the right skill. So we'll take some of these points and move them into something. I think there's a sheet that's simplified. There's a ton of boxes on that sheet, you know?
Not only are there a ton of boxes, but they're not labeled.
No, half of them are not labeled. So, I mean, I think here's the thing that you can work on. You have your skill points. You know what you're going to spend. And then you get an additional...
who I was when I became and what I am.
Yep. And you get an additional 5 skill points for the level 2, an additional 5 skill points for level 3.
+5 and +5.
Yep, per level. And then also an additional feat at level 2. And I'll continue to digest the books, too. It's a lot, dude. It's a lot.
Okay.
I take for granted how much I knew about the old D&D, but it's clearly dramatically different.
All right, so should we stop here? And we'll get...
I mean, I think...
Are we missing anything?
I think it's a good start, and I think we're going to have to do some stuff offline to get your character where it needs to be and correct some things.
Yeah, we'll get maybe a different D20 sheet.
Yep.
Transpose it.
We'll transpose it.
We'll post a picture of maybe the new D20 sheet. Maybe I'll print it out. Like if you email it to me, I'll print it out.
Yep.
And then I'll fill it out.
I'll find a better one.
Take a picture of it. And then I will work on the backstory and adding my skills and feat.
Yep.
I'm supposed to get 1 feat, no, 2 feats. I start with 2 feats and a talent.
Yep.
Then I gonna spend 20 talent points,
Skill points.
the 20 skill points. Then and then my part of my level 2 when I go from who I was to what I became. I'm gonna add another 5 skill points, and I'm gonna add a feat. And then when I become who I am when the adventure starts, I'm going to add 5 skill points.
Yep. And we could do your hit points very quickly too, because I think
that should go quickly.
Yeah. You get max hit points at level 1. I just need to figure out which hit die.
Exactly. Then we have to figure out hit points.
Yeah, so hold on, give me 1 second.
I'll put a big question mark in the hit point box.
No, we're gonna get that. I think it's die 8 for a fast hero. Abilities, ability modifiers, constitution.
Just in time because I have to pee.
Yeah. Oh.
My tiny bladder.
You have the bladder of a hamster. Level dependency, blah, blah, blah. Max skill rates, blah, blah, blah. Class skills, blah, blah, blah.
All right.
Hold on, give me 1 second. We're going to get you.
I'm going to give you 1 second. What do you want, my hit points?
We're going to do your hit points.
You want the hit points in the box?
Yeah. I think you start out with a die. You get 8 to start.
Let me see if I can figure out what a D8 is. I think this is a D8.
Oh, no. I'm really...
Yeah.
It's just like no freaking easy.
I can't believe how many sided die there are.
Yeah, I mean, some of them really will pare it down. Like the Star Wars role-playing game, it was all 6-sided dice. Like you could literally in Star Wars going, I'm going to shoot you with my blaster and then roll that many 6-sided die. I'm like,
holy cow.
Really, dude? That's a lot. I just rolled, just for the people at home, like 20 dice. I'm almost sure we lost a bunch of people on this broadcast.
On this one, yeah, probably.
Yeah. But once again, like I said...
Well, we don't have to air this one. We'll listen to it and see if we get posted. But we did say there'd be 2.
Vital statistics. There's height, there's weight, there's age.
Well, look, for someone who's might be interested in getting into this, I don't know if this is turning them on or off to it, but I find it interesting how the character's being created. I thought it was just a bunch of rolling, but it's kind of not. It's rolling with some rules and some tables and some decisions by the player. And then ultimately doing some homework to come up with... Imagine if you had like 10 people. I mean, if you had 4 people doing this, playing a game.
Oh, shit.
What's the matter?
George Herbert Walker Bush just passed away 22 minutes ago.
Oh,
he was 94 years old. Wow. Yeah, he died. That's crazy. Sorry. And a real drag for me to bring that up.
It's all right.
I'm just sitting here. It was on my phone as I'm like, D20, fast character, hit points. I'm going to cheat and just Google this shit.
Oh, Google foo.
See if I can just get this so we can finish this last little piece. D20, fast character hit points. You get 1d8. So you start at first level, you start with max hit points, which is 8. And then as a third level character, you roll an additional 2d8 to get your total hit points. So 8 plus roll 2 dice. 2d8.
All right.
Do you have 2? You
I put my 8s away.
That's okay.
I can dig them out.
Can you dig it?
Okay, so I'm gonna pull out 2 d8s.
I thought it was a d8. The tough heroes are the only ones that get d10s. Fast and strong heroes get d8s, and then the other heroes all get d6 for hit points. So
this is an 8, and I believe that's an 8.
Yep. So 8 plus whatever you roll on the combination of those 2 dice are your hit points. This is your life. This is what will make you live or die, right? If you
Oh,
nice. So that's 15.
15.
Plus 8 is 20.
Can't do that math right now.
23.
23.
Pretty good hit points. Yeah, I mean, it's almost as much as you could possibly get, so that's a good start. While you're
the
also...
only way the 24 is the max.
Well, yeah, you're so crazy fat for a 6'1" guy. I mean...
No, that's got to be muscle. I have 15 dexterity. I'm like 3 away from the highest you can be, right?
Warren Sapp played for the Bucks, and he was a heavy guy, and he was ridiculously fast. So it's possible, but that's all up to you. It's your character. I mean, you're 200 and whatever. I mean, your strength is what?
I mean, I'm 203 and I'm 6 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm like. So if I was a full inch taller, if I was 6'1", and then you packed on 20 pounds on me.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot 240.
I think you're taller than me.
No, I don't know. They measured me officially. They said I was 5'11", dude.
Really?
Yeah. And then my wife measured me, and she said I was 5'11". So I've always been just shy of 6'1". But I'm actually not 240. I'm shrinking. Yeah, my bones have settled, and I'm shrinking. And she's growing.
She's getting taller.
Well, she was 5'2", and now she's 5'3".
How did that happen?
I don't. She said her feet got bigger. I don't know. It's craziness. I'm like, what is going on, dude? Because I went and did a health survey, and they're like, you're 5'11", 240. I'm like, fuck you, first of all.
Yeah, really, man.
Like, don't tell me that shit. I'm shrunk. My BMI must be through the roof. But yeah, I've always been just shy of 6'1". Now they're telling me I'm 5'11".
It's just a number.
It's all numbers, man. Age is just a number, man.
Age is just a number,
It's a number, man.
All right.
All right, people. So wake up. I know you're bored. We rolled a lot of dice.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, sort of. I don't know.
We
I found it interesting. There were some parts where we didn't know, so we had to do some reading and doubling back. But we'll know more the second time around as we get used to the game, obviously.
Yeah.
I think that this is maybe possibly the wrong. I don't want to say the wrong character sheet, but the wrong one for us.
Yeah, it could be bad.
We should just go because you kept referencing those D20 rules, so maybe we should just get a D20 sheet. This is cool though, man. I didn't realize how much I didn't realize I get to spend the points, and that I get to tell the story, and I get to level up. So I have a say, and obviously it needs to make sense. So the character creation isn't just a bunch of dice rolling.
No, I mean,
so that does make it interesting. So that means that our next episode, I mean, I guess we had to get the minutia out of the way, which is what this was, and then the next episode should be far more interesting as we then take these basic attributes. And turn them into a real character.
No, and I think that might be what it is. It might be, in essence, us explaining who your character is. We'll explain the world around your character. The sooner I know who you are, I'll start to build that out.
Right.
I'll roll.
I got to read that book.
Yeah, you should look at it, and I'm gonna roll a couple NPCs as well, just because. You're going to need a smart person to figure stuff out, right? If you find a piece of technology, your character might not be the best character to go, oh, this is a...
Right,
well,
now that you know, that you know I'm an adventurer, you could pick some complementary...
Yeah, and I can build... I can fill some
classes.
stuff out to do things that you can't do, right? Because the group is the consolidation of everybody.
Yeah, I think
we
need a synthetic on our team.
Yeah, so I can... do that stuff and
computer hacking synthetic.
Something, yeah. Somebody with some technical knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
I can build that out, and that'll be what it is. And then so I think the next episode will be the exposition of your character. I think we'll talk about the NPCs maybe by then. If we collaborate enough, we'll have to figure out how we're going to get together just to kind of throw that information out. Sorry. And
I'm going to see you at the Christmas party right before.
That's terrible timing for what we're doing.
I know, right? Right in the middle of
Right
Christmas.
in the middle of everything,
this.
yeah. And then we're going to be hungover and be like, and all the planning going into the Christmas party. So
if you need help with the Christmas party, let me know.
I mean, we keep it pretty. I think we even cater it. Like we just keep it really.
Well, just tell me what you want me to bring.
Bring yourself.
Bring some booze.
Bring your drinking shoes. Get a babysitter right now.
Yep. I think I have one already.
No, and that's all you gotta do, dude. We keep it really simple. It's the alcohol flows and we
hang out,
play music, and we hang out with a bunch with a bunch of cool people. And ideally we sing, yeah. And who fucking cares what we sing or how we sound? That's all that matters.
Sounds good.
All right. None of that has to do with role playing, but here we are.
All right.
With the hardcore role players who are listening to us fucking stumble.
Oh, gotta be. If you're listening to this, you are hardcore, my friend.
Yeah. If you made it this far, yeah. And you know what? If we fuck something up, let us know. Let us know if we guide us, because we really are learning here.
Right. All right, so that's it. You're happy so far?
Well, I think we're good. We made some progress. We have a character. We have a class. We have attributes.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a little bit of
hit points.
You got a little bit of homework to do.
Yep.
Not homework that you can.
No, it's fun homework.
You can't be truant on this.
I wish homework was like truant all the time.
Yeah. So get your creative juices flowing.
I will.
I'll continue to absorb these books and build on.
Just get me a fucking simplest sheet.
Yeah, I think I got to do that. I'll figure that out this weekend so we can get this fixed by the next couple of days, right? Because the sooner you get that character to me, the sooner I can start to build stuff out. Even if just conceptually you give me like your 3-sentence pitch line of, he's the fast adventurer.
No, I already have a picture of who this is.
Okay. And find a way to fit it all together. Okay.
Got it. All right. Thank you for tuning in to the bonus episode of Gamma World's RPG. RPG? What do you
RPG? Yeah,
RPG.
It works.
And thanks for tuning in. And we'll be back in 2 weeks, 2 Mondays. Was that the 17th? Yeah, we're gonna have a T-shirt contest drawing. Yep. If you haven't listened to the other episode, the actual regular episode, check that one out. And we'll have another bonus episode in 2 weeks.
Yep. And maybe if we get enough interest in the Gamma World, we'll make a Gamma World T-shirt.
Oh, no, I don't know if we can.
We can't make a Gamma World T-shirt, but we can make a Doomsday Doopy Doo.
A Doomsday Gamma World.
Yeah.
Hybrid.
We could copyright infringement shirt.
Right, we could gamify a Doomsday shirt, which is already pretty gamified. There's a nuclear blast going on.
Yeah, I think that's.
But I don't know. But Chris is talking about it's getting late, and Chris is.
It's a nuclear explosion, and a 3-headed dog with 2 butts, and then that's a T-shirt.
Right.
I'm drawing a picture.
And that guy with the long neck.
Yes,
wrapped around the woman. With the claws.
Do you think he liked her though? I mean, was that like his?
Yeah, no, I think they were smitten.
It seemed like they were related or something.
They were.
Yeah, they were intertwined physically and emotionally.
Intertwined. All
right, Nick's trying to wrap things up.
Thanks for doing all this work and all these books and all this stuff, and we will get much further along in 2 weeks once now that I even have a little more of an understanding. And that's it. Go to iTunes and leave us a review, and catch us on Twitter. Send us emails to let us know how we're doing at doomsdaydoopydoo@gmail.com, and then hit the website. You can contact us there too at doomsdaydoopydoo.com. That's it. Have a good one. Do some role playing. Have some fun. Talk to you soon.
See you.